Okay. Oh, that was in my ear. Anyways, so let me oh, goodness. Take two because Lorenzo wants to scream his little heart out. So yeah, this is like my third time trying to record because I have this little mister in my house who loves to scream, and I should totally be folding laundry, but I'm using it to prop the iPad up. So, anyways, I have a cute little drink. It's just some espresso. It's some espresso with some cold foam that I just made at home with some almond milk, pumpkin spice creamer, and some more almond milk, and then I topped it off with some pumpkin spice. A little ASMR of me stirring my coffee. I don't get like sweet cream at Starbucks, so I've always wondered what it tastes like. I know my sister used to get like a crazy drink. It was like a I think it was like a dirty chai with pumpkin cream cold foam, but that shit was like almost $9. I was like, how is that even sustainable? Like, even if you get it twice a week, that's like five drinks. Because my drink at Starbucks is like $3.98. Don't ask. But anyways, so I tried to record it multiple times, but I finally figured out how I want to structure the actual episodes. It's not how this episode is going to be like, only because this episode I kind of wanted to make it a little bit of a insider, a little bit of a way that like if you don't know me like personally, but you know me like personally in different aspects, it might give you a little bit more insight of like my interests and stuff I like, stuff I don't like, personality traits I have that you might not be aware of. But yeah, but today we're going to do a 73 questions by Vogue only because I saw it, I heard it on Ava Jules' podcast, which I recently found out she had a podcast, and it is so fucking good. If you guys know who Ava Jules is, you probably are like a OG YouTube watcher, and she recently broke up with her boyfriend, which is crazy. I know this camera quality is ass, but I didn't feel like recording on my laptop or my phone, so here we are. I have space on both of them, but I just don't feel like it. But anyways, yeah, she broke up with her boyfriend and they were dating for like 5 or 4 years. I feel like that was so. In her most recent episode, she talks about how that was pretty much the only serious relationship she has, and I definitely want to get into a whole conversation of that, of like getting into serious relationships when you're younger, because that's just like a whole topic in of itself. And I feel like I've had my pretty fair share of dating before I got married. So if you guys want to like ask me questions or thoughts and stuff or yada yada yada, those would be such juicy topics. I would never bash anyone because it's just like not worth it and I don't have the energy to do that. But it's interesting to see how as you're growing, I'm totally getting off topic, but because I brought up Ava Jules. Like I said, every first 10 minutes of episode would be like something random that's on my mind, but going back to the Ava Jules thing, she was talking about, oh yeah, I was going back to how I mentioned that it's interesting that as you're growing up, you are in different relationships for a reason because you're in different times or phases in your life. So, with those different phases, I feel like that carries on into your relationships because sometimes of your life, some phases in your life, you're like, you know you're worth more than other times, and sometimes you just kind of depreciate your worth for the sake of experiences or locations or the setting that you're in. Whatever. It's a whole conversation in and of itself. But Ava was talking about that, and then she did a 73 questions by Vogue episode, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do that. And if the light flickers, I don't know why. I definitely need to report that to the. It's not the housing office. It's the to the landlord, I guess. I don't know. There's like three ladies, and they're like really nice. But anyways, I refrain. Um, I don't have any lamps in my house, and that's something I definitely need to do. But I definitely said that outside of the necessities, we're not gonna buy until I get a job, you know? And if that's in the works, I think I get a job. But I find out next week, which is exciting. I really, really have a good feeling that I got the job. So I'm really exciting. And then some other good news this week, since we're still at like 5 minutes, so I can, talk about whatever I want. Um, Oh my god, this must be so annoying for people who like don't know me super personally, but I don't care. So, I recently moved to Washington. We live in the literally in the middle the midway point between Tacoma and Seattle. Excuse me, that was not ladylike, but I do burp a lot, so excuse me. Excuse me again, that was so gross. I'll try to keep the mic a little bit further next time. But we live in that type of general area, and it's really pretty. The people are not friendly here, like they are in Portland. The people in Portland are just different breed. But they do have a lot of similarities, like this area in Portland, from what I've seen. But I recently got into UW Tacoma, which is so exciting. So a lot of good stuff was happening, and then I fucking lost my wedding and engagement ring. And my engagement ring, it was a pretty penny, and I lost it. And I kid you not, I've gone back to that same place for like 5 days in a row now, and I still haven't found it. And it's the most heartbreaking. And it was like the worst fucking place to lose it. I lost it on a fucking turf, like a soccer turf. I was working out. I felt it in my pocket, and I guess like I maybe when I was stretching after the workout, I just fucking it just fell out of my pocket, and I literally cried so hard. I cried for like 2 hours straight, and yeah, my husband does know though. If you guys don't know my husband's name, it's Lorenzo. So when I say Lorenzo, it's my husband. It's funny to say husband because I feel like I'm got so used to saying boyfriend. But anyways, um, so yeah, a bunch of good stuff was happening. I got the interview that I was waiting to find out for so long because this interview process, like there was kind of like um, a ranking process before the actual interview of its in of itself. Like they look at your paperwork to see like if you even qualify, like because you have to have particular ass qualifications, which I had them, but they didn't necessarily pertain to the job in of itself. So when I went to go interview, I was kind of nervous because I was like, oh my god, like I have these qualifications, but in the realm in a different workforce. So, but the interview went really good, and I was really excited to interview. And even going into the job, I was like, oh my god, I want to work. I want to work here so bad, even though it's not what I want to do in the future. I was like, it really exciting to fucking go. I don't know. So that's that. And then I got into UW, and I need to figure out some admission stuff for that tomorrow. Mental note. But that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to say, but let's get into the questions. After the cupping. Do you ever forget what you're talking about in a conversation and you have to look back because you're like, what the fuck did I say? So there's gonna be some questions on the Vogue thing that I just don't care to answer. So I'll just skip it, or I'll like switch it to how I want it to be phrased. I know that's cheating, but I don't give a fuck. Anyways, okay. Bitch, get to the questions. Okay. So every time I find the format of these questions, it's on somebody's blog and they've already answered them. So if I giggle, it's because I'm reading their response to the questions. If you haven't watched like a 73 questions in Vogue, it's usually like a celebrity or a model or whatever, and they follow them around the house and they ask them questions and they're like super quirky with the answers. But okay, let's get started. Sorry for the shitty lighting. It's apartment lighting. What can I say? I love my apartment though. What's the best thing that's happened to you this month? Okay, this is definitely different than the one I recorded yesterday, so I'm already a little fucked up. But anyways, what's the best thing that's happened to you this month? What month is it? October. Getting into UW, that was a crazy happy experience because I've been at a community college, not to bash on community college, best thing I've ever done. But I was kind of getting sick of being there because I wasn't really part of student life. I was doing army stuff the whole time I was there. So, and I've been taking a lot of, I took all my focus classes, like for my degree at the beginning of my college career. So that was kind of stupid because then, you kind of get burnout. And I was taking all my gen eds like now, so it's really fucking boring. Not that biology isn't cool, it's just not my cup of tea. So yeah, getting into W. What's something you're tired of? Let's see. Let's see. People hating on the Kardashians. I know that's so crazy, but you know how the Kardashians is back? Like, they're hustlers. Don't worry about it. They had the right connections, they had the right people, they're at the right place, right time. And I did not hate on Kim when she said, people nowadays just don't want to fucking work, and that's true. I do agree with her, not in a hating women way, but in a not everything is going to be handed to you. If you want something, you're going to hustle for it. So, I'm tired of people hating on the Kardashians. What's something that recently moved you? Hmm. I don't really know. There's this. Okay, I hate that this is so niche, or like something only a few people have seen. But there's this girl. I wish I knew her name. She's on TikTok, and she is Mexican American, I believe, and she writes poetry in Spanish. But I feel like I connect to it more only because she is Mexican American. So I feel like there's something that we as Mexican Americans, first generation, second generation, doesn't matter, that we have an insight on life in America. But it's like the corny two lives stuff, like you live two lives at home and at school, whatever. But she really gets into her mommy issues. Not that I think or know I have mommy issues, but you know, she's really healing her inner child. So all her poetry literally makes me fucking sob. And I send it to my other Mexican American friends, and they're like, "Bitch, why am I crying?" Like it's really moving. It's there, and she has this audio that recently got super famous. I just want to play it really fast because I want to credit the TikToker. She just says some really beautiful stuff, and it just makes me want to cry and just cry. Let me just find it real quick. Oh, her name is Vianney Harley. Harley? I don't know. I'm sorry if I botched your name. I think your name is Vianney. But there's this audio sound that's like going around, and I'm just gonna play it. Bien grande, Vianney, te tiene que dar a ti mucho más, mija, porque mira, todo lo que sufriste, todo lo que pasaste, todo lo difícil que fue acabar tu carrera, valió la pena, mi amor. Al final va a valer la pena porque, como siempre te he dicho, cada hija me da. Okay, so basically, it's like her mom leaving a voicemail, and she's just saying how proud she is of her and all her efforts, and her triumphs, and that her getting her degree is gonna be worth it at the end of the day. And I feel like she really treasured that moment, and I know she shared it to the world, but it's only because Mexican moms don't really communicate. Mexican parents, they don't really communicate feelings. They kind of have been raised their whole lives that showing emotion shows weakness and da 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 da. And when Mexican parents do share that soft side, it's like, oh my god, you really mean it. So she also writes other poetry. I believe it's her. I'm so sorry if it's not her. You know who you're talking. You know who I'm talking about. But that's something that moves me. Sometimes, it's the first time I moved out my whole life. So when I see stuff like that on TikTok, I'm in tears. Okay. If you could teach one subject in school, what would it be? History. History, 100%. History was always a blue folder. If you know, you know. Or English. But history or English, yeah. What's your favorite beverage? My favorite I have two. I'm so sorry. My favorite okay, one of them is, of course, coffee. I get 4 shots of espresso on ice with extra splash of soy. It's very specific. If you're a barista at Starbucks, you know, you know. Because if you put the regular amount of milk that you use for a latte, it's too much. With ice, of course, over ice in a venti cup, with 2 pumps of a specific syrup, depending on the season. That was very specific. It's basically a really strong latte, but it's not foamy. It's just, I don't know. That's how I make my coffee at home. And then my other favorite drink is sparkling water with orange juice, like a virgin mimosa. Anyways, what's your favorite cocktail? I don't know if this is a cocktail, but an Aperol Spritz, my favorite fucking drink. I've never tried a coffee martini. I don't know if they have milk or not, and I don't really drink. But Aperol Spritz, that's my shit. I can sip on that for like 2 hours and I'm like sober still. What's your favorite cake? Like a yellow cake with like a fucking thick. Oh, I take that back. Portillo's chocolate cake. Portillo's chocolate cake. What's the one thing you still have from your childhood? I have a lot of shit from my childhood, but I have this little blankie. It's this little Mexican Winnie the Pooh blankie, and I still have it. I love that bitch. What is your favorite movie? Just to get off the theme of being Mexican, because I'm really making that a personality trait today. So I'm not gonna say Abajo la misma luna, but I am gonna say La La Land because I just love the movie and the music. I'm not a big musical girl. Never watched Hamilton. Never heard the soundtrack. Never seen a musical other than High School Musical. But La La Land is my shit. I fucking love the soundtrack too. What is something you can't do? A pull up, and I'm working on it. What is one habit you wish you could break? Picking at my face. Ugh. What makes you laugh no matter what? When people fall. Like, that is I don't care what it is, who it is. I don't care if it's the fucking Sergeant Major of the Army. If he falls, I'm laughing. What does creativity mean to you? Um, Being able to express yourself in whatever medium, but it really expresses your innermost thoughts. So I think that's creativity. Take that as you want. What's your favorite lyrics of all time? Um, I get so lonely, I forget what I'm worth. We get so. I think that's how it goes. Hold on. Let me see. Let, let me turn it down. Shut up. Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay. It's I get so lonely, I forget what I'm worth. We get so lonely, we pretend it's worse. I'm so ashamed of myself. I think I need therapy. If you know, you know. Control. Anyways, what is something you've always wanted to do but you've been too scared to do? Uh, Skydive. Best advice for your 19-year-old self. Oh my god. That wasn't even too long ago. What was I doing when I was 19? Ah, yes. I would tell myself that start lifting and don't let the relationships that are in your life stop you from doing something that you know you want to do. Whether that be school, a job, your career. Just don't let people, even your family, like, don't let anyone stop you. If you feel in your gut and your intuition that that's what you want to do it. Don't question it. You might regret it later down the line, but if you regret it, you learned something from it. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. If you could raid one woman's closet, who would it be? Hmm. Hmm. Kendall Jenner. She has. Hate on the bitch all you want. She's cute as fuck and she has good taste in clothes. She has like a very diverse. I don't think I'd fit into any of her clothes though, because she's really skinny and tall, and she has like probably big feet because she's tall, and I don't have big feet. Must have purse item. Icy hot. What did you want to do with your life at age 12? What grade was I in when I was 12? I think I was in 7th grade and I always wanted to be a historian. I think it's because I really liked history, like the subject in school, and I didn't understand how historians actually worked. What is something you will not be doing in 10 years? So if I'm 22, I'll be 32. I hope at 32 ooh, I won't check the price difference between like a name brand almond milk and like Target. I'll probably just buy the Target one. I don't really give a fuck. But I'm like debating between name brand and store brand. I hope I'm just like have enough money that I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the store, whatever I need, and I just put it in the cart and I pay for it. What is an important life lesson for someone to learn? Mm. Mm. Oh crap! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for my audio listeners. Do you guys like this? Here, I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Ready? Anyways, um, that. Oh, I know. You're never late. You're never like, oh, I feel like I struggled a lot with this, especially when I got out of high school. Is you're never late on your life track. Like if you want to start going to school when you're 23 or whatever, good, by all means go ahead, but that doesn't mean you need to compare yourself to others. Like if who cares if everyone you graduated high school with is already getting their bachelor's degree? Who gives a fuck? Because I promise you, those people who were in school didn't have to work, didn't have a kid, didn't have to do this, they're gonna face problems later in their life that, and you know, it's not good to wish bad things upon people, but probably you experience stuff that they're never going to experience or have yet to experience. And that's a learning lesson. And it's defined who you are as a person and it's made you more resilient. So life doesn't have a track. Like, you're never in a race. Life isn't a race. There is no finish line. Um, every life is their own, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Stop comparing yourself to others. That's a good life lesson for you. Okay. What is one goal you're determined to do achieve in your lifetime? To complete a marathon. To be a mommy. That's it. That's like two big goals because I feel like I'm so anxious to become a mother. Like, even though I know it's like 8 years from now, I'm like too anxious to even fathom the concept of being a mommy. Would you ever live anywhere besides where you live now? Yes. I like it here so far, but I definitely want to live in Texas. Shh, that's a secret. That's like a secret. Like, I want to live in Texas. Anyways, what's your favorite dessert? Vegan mochi. What's a dessert you don't like? I fucking hate tres leches cake. It's nasty. Don't do it. It's fucking gross. I literally was forced to eat it my whole childhood. I fucking hate it. It's brunch. What do you eat? Breakfast burrito. Who's your favorite painter? Oh my god. Her name is Bianca Nemelek, I believe. Do not. I just butchered her name. I am so sorry. Yes, her name is Bianca Nemlik. She just has the prettiest shit ever. Like, oh my goodness. If you're an audio listener, please look her up on Instagram. Her name is Bianca Nemelek. I'm gonna spell it out. Biancanemelc. When I have my wedding, if you guys wanna gift me one of her paintings, which is extremely expensive, do not be shy. Do not be shy. Favorite Disney animal? Mm, I know what it is. Hold on. I don't want to butcher his name. Let me look up this little motherfucker. Really? Pascal from Rapunzel. That little motherfucker is so cute. I love him. Okay. I hate this. Oh, what is your a book you're planning on reading? I just ordered a shit ton of books from Amazon, and I regret not ordering this one specific book. Like, I'm like, oh my god, why didn't you just order it, bitch? But it's because I really want to read the rest of the books before I order this book. But it's definitely gonna be on my next book. But the book that I'm currently reading is Strangers Talking by Malcolm Gladwell. He wrote Outliers. I think that's his last name, and it's going pretty good. That book is good, and my next book is gonna be Malibu Rising, and she also wrote The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And I saw recently on TikTok or Instagram that a character from that book was like mixed into Malibu Rising, so I'm really excited to read that. What did you read most recently? I already answered that question. Favorite solo artist? Let's look. At my most recently, like, because I can't tell you off the top of my head. Oh, K Tandra. K Tandra. I don't know. He's a DJ. I really like him. Or producer. Your favorite board game? I don't know. Candyland. What city do you wish to visit? Dubai. With money. If I don't have money, I want to go back to Brussels. Heels or flats? Flats. Where does one want to go on a perfect road trip? Somewhere not hot, because I hate when the car gets fucking hot. So I would say Wisconsin, because it's cute. Don't hate Wisconsin. What do you do on a rainy day? I go out, bitch, because nobody's out on a rainy day. Yeah, go get your grocery shopping done. What's your favorite exercise? Running. What's the worst subject at school? Math. I used to be good at math. I don't know what fucking happened. What is your spirit animal? The tiny giraffe. I always say this. I've been so passionate about this, and everyone's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And some people do know what I'm talking about, and they go berserk. The fucking small giraffe from the DirecTV commercial. If you know, if you know, if you know, you know, and if you don't, go fucking look it up. You'll just Google small giraffe from DirecTV commercial. Is DirecTV still a thing? I don't know. Someone tell me. What do you usually eat for breakfast? So it's usually these top three. So I usually make oats if I'm not hungry and I know I have to eat because I won't be home or I'm gonna exercise. Um, I just add whatever, but the go-to is just like almond milk and cinnamon. And if I know I have to eat, I put protein in it. Um, or eggs and toast, or an omelet with ham. Those are my go-to breakfast and coffee, of course. What do you usually eat for dinner? I don't know. My husband really likes fucking spaghetti, but I miss eating like rice and beans. So I usually eat rice and beans. Or if I'm too lazy, I just like heat up the dumplings from Trader Joe's, and I love all their dumplings. I do not discriminate. Let me burp real quick. Excuse me. Cooking or baking? Cooking. Favorite baked good? Mm, banana nut muffins. What is something you wish you were good at? I wish I was good at makeup. Like, I don't know how to put that shit on. That's why I don't wear it. I don't wear it because I'm like cooler than you. I wear it because I don't know how to fucking put it on. And I wish I was good at jujitsu. Skiing or surfing? I don't know how to swim. Favorite celebrity crush? First celebrity crush. Oh, Justin Bieber. Most recent celebrity crush. I'm married. I don't want to say because I'm gonna be mad. What was the color of your prom dress? It was pink, and I don't own a single article of pink clothing other than like a Gymshark bra because it was 12 bucks, bitch. But it was pink and it was huge. It was definitely not what I expected, but when I put it on, I was like, this is the one. How do you manage your stress? I don't. I work out, so I procrastinate and I avoid my responsibilities, and I work out or I read or I do a really deep body clean. This is very niche to me, I feel like. Am I even using the word niche right? Very particular. So I like, oh, I know I have OCD because when I wash my hair, I wash it 3 times. Otherwise, I don't feel clean and I'll start crying. But I do like a really deep shower if I want to de stress. I'll like exfoliate. I'll shave even if I shave the day before. I'll use 3 different body washes. I'll wash my hair 3 times, all in an according manner. And then I'll use a hair mask and then I'll deep condition my hair. I'll oil my hair. I'll brush it right after. I'll fucking cut my toenails and I'll cut my nails and I'll fucking pop my pimples that are poppable and put pimple patches on them. Put a nose strip in. Fucking paint my nails. I do the whole thing and I feel so clean after. I'll brush my teeth like twice, like deep, like my gums hurt. And I know that's insane. It's giving Cassie from Euphoria, but I don't care. I don't care. And I do it like once a week. I'm sick of that. And I have like 4 drinks lined up that I can drink as I watch TikToks or a show when I get out of the shower. Silly me. This is a girly episode. I'm sorry if you're a dude and you're listening to this. It's not like a funny episode. But I do have some stuff that I feel like girls need to know about that I know about because I'm a pick me ass bitch. I'm just kidding. Because one, I live with a boy. Two, because I've always listened to a male podcast a lot. I listen to girlies. Trust me, I listen to girlies, but I listen to a lot of stuff um, that is mainly predominantly spoken about by males. So when I do bring them up in conversation, people are like, what the fuck? How do you know that? I'm like, oh, because I listen to these 2 men talk about it. And they're grown. And so I try to diversify what I listen to too. I've been listening to this one podcast with these 2 like tech bros. It's on YouTube. I forgot what it's fucking called. But they interviewed a bunch of like people that we listen to on podcasts. So, and their business aspects regarding their business, their podcast, their YouTube. So, yeah. I don't know how I got into that. Oh, because this is a girlies episode, and I'll talk about guys stuff. I guess things that guys are more interested to. That was interested in. What age were you when you first kissed? I was really young. I was like in 5th grade. But it wasn't like a real kiss. My real kiss was until like 6th grade. Fashion Favorite fashion trend of all time? I don't really have one. I don't know. I'm glad that boyfriend jeans, baggy jeans are a thing because I used to wear them when they weren't, and it was not a good time. Okay, best fashion advice you've ever received. Um, wear what's comfortable. It doesn't matter if it's not cute, because if it's comfortable, it looks good on you. Trend you would like to see disappear forever. Hmm. Low rise jeans, because I don't have a flat tummy to be wearing that. Anyways, shoes or bags? Shoes. But I do love me a good bag. That was so cringe. I do love me a good. I've been a bag girly lately. Um, how do you know if you're in love? You just know. You can be in love multiple times, but when you find the one, you know, you're just like magnetic. Like you don't wanna. You can't even surpass any option of breaking up. It's not an option. All right. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of toxic. Television show you've binged on recently. Ooh, Desperate Housewives. It's so fucking good. What do you turn to when you're sad? Hmm. Running, talking to my family, my sister, my best friends. Name one thing you've learned the hard way. Um, uh, this is a good question. I don't really have a particular answer to. I can make a whole episode for that. Um, I'll keep that. I'll write that down. I'll write that down. Things I've learned the hard way. I'll make that a whole episode. But one thing I learned the hard way is probably that um, stretching is important in any sport that you do. Okay. If you could make a documentary of anything, what would it be? Myself. What is your kryptonite? This bitch put the TJ Maxx home section. Bitch, BFFR. Bitch, my kryptonite is sour candy, bitch. I'll fucking, and specifically sour punch straws or the extreme rainbow ones. That's my fucking kryptonite, bitch. I'll eat the whole bag. What are you most enchanted by? That was a growl. Um, Sunsets. This bitch put sunsets too, but I love me a good sky picture. A little good sky Instagram flick. What is your biggest strength? My resilience. What is your biggest weakness? Talking shit. No, I think my biggest weakness is how sensitive I am because I'm pretty sensitive. What are three words to describe living in? I'm gonna put Illinois because I'm from Illinois. Um, grass ass. I'm just kidding. Um, I'd put I'd put grass, snow. No, okay. I change it back to cold, tough, and busy. Illinois is cold, tough, and busy. Because people in Illinois be staying busy. We be staying busy. Cutest thing on the planet. Hmm, that's a good question. Next question. Squishmallows. Most important advice you'd give your future children. Hmm. Don't compare yourself to others. Best first date idea. I've never really been on first dates like that. Somewhere where you feel comfortable, because you're the most attractive when you're comfortable. So if you like to go hiking, go hiking. I know one of my friends made fun of me. One of me and my sister's friends. He was like, Sam's the type of person to be like, let's not go to the bar, let's go hiking. Fuck you. But so if you like running, be like, let's go for a walk. Let's go get some ice cream and go for a walk. If you like to drink, maybe go get a drink. If you like to eat, go eat some pasta. You know, go to Olive Garden for lunchtime. It's pretty cheap. Okay, next question. Favorite type of flower? A peony. Peony. I have one tattooed on me, as you can see. Favorite type of flower. What do you first notice about someone when you first meet them? Their hands. You can tell a lot about a person from their hands. What's your guilty pleasure? Keep it up with the Kardashians. Plans for the weekend? We're gonna go thrifting. I think we're trying to find more sweaters. because it is gonna get cold soon. And I wanted to get a tattoo, but he said no because no. But I'm trying to get an appointment with this girl that I accidentally fucking called her on Instagram. She texted me on Instagram. She was like, "Hey girl, for sure, I do customs and I do flash designs. What are you thinking and when can you come in?" Bitch, I accidentally called her. I was typing on Instagram, and then I was trying to cross the street, so I put my phone down. So as I put my phone down, instead of locking it, I pressed the fucking call button. I was like, "Oh no, I freaked her out." But I still kept texting her. She Excuse me, she has not replied. There was a little bit of vomit in that burp, but hopefully she texts me back because I really want to get tattooed by her. But yeah, and then we just go to open mat on Sundays. He wants to go to open mat tomorrow, but I'm not feeling that. If you don't know what open mat means, it means we go to jiu-jitsu, but we're not taught anything necessarily. You just go and you roll, not roll a blunt, but like you roll as in like you grapple. I can't think of any other word. I don't really know much about jiu-jitsu myself, but you just kind of beat each other up. You hug aggressively. I hate that. If you know anything about jiu-jitsu and you see a jiu-jitsu meme that says we hug aggressively, it's cute for girls. Like girls can say it. This is for girls only. No, I like if girls are like, let's go hug aggressively. I'm like, yeah, girl, see you there. Can't wait to hug you. But if a guy posted spent Sunday morning hugging aggressively with the boys, I would block you. And it's a good thing I don't follow a lot of jiu-jitsu people. I know I do follow a lot of jiu-jitsu people, but they don't follow me. I love that laugh. Oh my god, that was all the questions. OMG, I'm so sad. I want to make the episodes like an hour long. So, I don't have much to say other than I really need to fold the laundry. Oh my god, and I got a pair of those like what are they fucking called? I don't know, the flare leggings from Lululemon. I really wanted them and I felt like I needed to treat myself. So I got them. They're fucking expensive. And whatever happened to 25% off at Lululemon? Was it 20 or 120? I don't give a fuck. But if you had a military ID or a first responder, I'm mad they don't give nurses a discount. Bitch, I know a nurse has done far more than me for this country. But yeah, I remember I bought a pair of I don't know when this was, but I realized that the discount went down because usually I would pay like 70 for a pair of leggings. Bitch, I paid like 80. Yeah. No, I used to pay like 70 with tax. So that motherfucker was cheap, right? I paid 100 something for one pair of leggings. And I know what you're thinking, 100. Bitch, Lululemon leggings are worth it. Any Lulu, even for men. So if you're a boy listening to this, it's worth the fucking money. Because let me tell you something. I don't chronically shop. When I'm shopping for stuff, especially athleisure, athletic wear, stuff that I wear when I'm running, stuff when I'm working out, even stuff with jiu-jitsu, I'm looking at stuff that I know is quality material. And if that means spending an obscure amount and I know it's going to last for a long time, I'm going to spend the money cuz my parents have always told me if you're going to buy something that's expensive, make sure it's worth it. And I got into buying Lulus because one, my friend started off the venture into Lulu. She bought me my first pair of Lulus. Shout out to Leslie. Thank you so much. And since then, I was like, oh my god, I love Lulus. But they're just so Lululemons. They're just really expensive. So when I do buy something from Lululemon, it is a treat. But what I've noticed is that Lululemon is worth the fucking money. I'm a big Nike girl. I'm a big, big Nike girl. I recently turned my back on Nike to buy some Hokas because I've had a little bit of knee problems. That doesn't mean I'm never going to run in Pegasus again. I definitely want some because whenever I try to sprint in Hokas, specifically the Clifton 8s, I bust my shit. I don't necessarily bust my shit. I'm like, I can't really sprint in these because I really do sprint on my toes, like heavy. And I feel like I'm not like launching myself forward because it looks like it's a little elevated on the knee on the heel, but it's not. I know if you're not into running, you're like, bitch, shut up. But anyways, Lululemon's just worth the money because I have some Nike shorts on right now, and I've washed them quite a few times in the past few months, and they're already kind of like the strings, the hemming is already kind of falling apart. That doesn't happen with Lululemon. Let me tell you that. I had a specific pair I would wear on deployment 3 times a week. I kid you not. They were my bread and butter. I would wear those motherfuckers like no tomorrow. And when I tell you they look good as new, like I could take it to the store and be like they look perfectly fine. And obviously, Aligns, they do get a little bit ugly over time, only because the material isn't for working out; it's for yoga. But those bitches, they be putting in some work too. They be putting in some work too. So I don't feel bad about buying them, but I do have to try them on. I did not try them on, unfortunately. But yeah, Lululemons are worth the money. Um, I've tried any brand you can probably think of when it comes to athleisure, and I've found what I like. I find what works for specific workouts, for activities. Um, like for jiu-jitsu, I'm really into Gatama. I tried to buy A&P shorts. Wasn't the biggest fan, just because the cut wasn't really made for women. But if they made women shorts, I'm sure they would pop off. But Gatama's pretty cool. I really want to buy their rash guards, but rash guards are just so stinking expensive. Why are rash guards so expensive? They're so expensive. Every time I buy one, I'm like, fuck. And I have very limited amount of rash guards. I put them through the washer. They definitely go through the ringer. But the thing about jiu-jitsu rash guards, it's not like a running shirt, a running pair of shorts. They get sweaty. That's your own scent. So as long as your own scent isn't rancid, you're fine. But the thing about rash guards, you're again, you're hugging somebody aggressively. So that should be stanky. If that person lacks hygiene, or maybe they did an oopsies, I've been there. I've been there. You forgot to put on deodorant. And you just, oh, here comes a little mister. Who wants to join the podcast? Come, sit. Come here. Come here, sit down. You miss me. Come here, sit down real quick. Say hi real quick. It's almost over. It's almost over. Sit down, sit down. Hi, honey. This is Lorenzo, the guy I was talking about earlier. Say hi.
Hello.
What were you doing?
Playing video games.
What video game were you playing?
Baseball.
This motherfucker plays baseball on the TV when he can just go outside. They fucking have lifting sessions on the video game. Like, just go to the gym, go outside, touch a bird, touch grass. I'm a hater.
Bye.
You don't want to say anything for the first episode of the pod?
Hello. Hello and bye.
Okay. I'm almost done. I'll be back soon. Well, yeah, guys, that was the hubby. He says hi. What were we talking about? Rash guards and how they're stinky. Anyways, yeah, if you fucking roll with someone that's fucking disgusting, feral, usually never girls. Never girls. If it's a girl, it's because they rolled with somebody that's fucking nasty. I don't know what it is about boys in jiu-jitsu. They're just a little stinky. They're just like, buy some pure cast iron soap. Buy some Dr. Bronner. If you're a boy and you're listening to this, even if you don't do jiu-jitsu, buy some fucking Dr. Bronner's pure cast iron soap. Specifically the mint. I don't care if it makes your body parts tingle. Scrub your toes, scrub your pits, scrub your other parts. I don't know how feral I want to get on this podcast, but scrub your bodily parts because some of y'all stank. And if you're a man and you know you sweat a lot, now's not the time to use aluminum-free deodorant. All right? If it gives you cancer, it gives you cancer. I know for sure I got some type of disorder where I sweat too much. So best believe I'm rubbing that aluminum in my fucking pits. I can be granola. I do some stuff that's like, okay, that's a little hippie for my Mexican parents. Or even the common person, you're like, that's a little hippie. I don't care. But when it comes to hygiene, rub that aluminum all over your body parts because I don't care. If you stink, take care of it. Fucking, I think that's my biggest pet peeve. But anyways, if you guys are interested, I was thinking like maybe you guys ask me questions and I can make that part of the episode, like something you want an opinion on. I know I can't give advice. I'm not a therapist. I listened to this podcast called Don't Blame Me, and they've always said we're not professionals, but we do give advice. So I'm not a professional, but if you want my specific advice, let me know. Just write me a question on Instagram. And if you want it to be anonymous, I don't know, make a fake fucking email and email me. You can email me at samxsamano@gmail.com. My Instagram user handle, you can email that if you want to write me an anonymous question. If the podcast ever got big, I would make an anonymous forum. Don't worry. But if you don't care if it's anonymous and you just want to hear my opinions on a certain topic, a certain conversation, we can talk about it. I know this episode was kind of annoying, but if you're girly pop, it probably wasn't. Because, girl, I'll be watching the fuck out of YouTube videos. Like, it could be the most lame ass episode or the lame ass, like, vlog. It's just like, this is my day in my life. I did laundry. I'm so happy I got out of bed. I'd be like, yes, girl, slay. It's giving queen. Like, bitch, I'm basic too. Like, I don't care. And I put that shit when I'm washing dishes, when I'm driving. I just love simplicity. I love being basic. Like, okay, I'm almost at 50 minutes, but bitch, being basic is basic for a reason. There's a reason people do it because it's good. It's reliable, it's nice, it's fun, it's funky, it's silly, it's in a goofy mood. So, I don't know, just like simple shit. Like, life doesn't have to be crazy. Life doesn't have to be wearing cocktail dresses in a rooftop bar in New York City. All right? I've had my feral times, I've had my party girl times. But something about being a basic bitch at home, just doing what you gotta do and being productive, just hits every single time. I'm like, yes, girl, be productive. But also, those people are not perfect. They probably sleep in until 12 and then get everything done from 1 to 3. Because I know I sure fucking do. I don't know. That's just my opinion. If you agree, like this video. Leave a thumbs up if you watch until the end of this video. LOL. Anyways, guys, um, I'm just gonna not edit it and just upload it like that. I'm just gonna do a raw cut. I'm sorry if it's caca. I'm sorry if it's booty. I'm sorry if it's not what you expected it to be. Again, it's an intro episode. I'm gonna do more of a outlined episode with the structure that I want to use for the further episodes. I'll upload that like next week because this is gonna go up Saturday probably or Sunday. I'll try to record more, especially because I know I'm gonna have free time. So yeah, guys, I'm so sorry. This was very unorganized and not planned, but expect more for the upcoming episodes. And yeah, I hope you guys listened. I'm sorry it's on YouTube. If you guys actually listen, like to the first 3 episodes on YouTube, I'll figure out a way to put this shit on Spotify so you guys can play it when you're driving. And if you had an Android, I know you can play this shit when you're driving. All right? If you have an Android, I don't know why you're listening to this podcast. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's the episode. I'm gonna cut it at 47 minutes. Sometimes if you don't have anything to say, don't say it. But I'm sure I'll have enough to say by the next episode. And there's just stuff I want to talk about that I didn't really get into anyways. So bye guys, and I'm gonna fold this clothes that is propping up this iPad, and maybe I'll figure out a better lighting thing. And if episodes, whoa, hey there, silly. Oh, and if this actually pops off, like people, like 100 people listen to this, I'll buy a fucking cute camera so the quality isn't dick and cheese. Oh my god, that was so feral. Oh my goodness. I don't want to have a job later in my life and then can't get the job because of this episode. So I'm not gonna say anything crazy, okay? But I don't have a job right now, so it's not like it's gonna affect me in a crazy way. But I definitely want to keep it just me, but not too raunchy. Anything that I would say behind closed doors. Not that I would say anything inappropriate or rude or disrespectful, but you know what I mean? Like girl talk. Like I'm not Alex Cooper. No hate to Alex Cooper, but she was saying some stuff that I feel like in my prospective career I don't want to really be. I don't really care, but I just want to keep that a little bit more professional, if you know what I mean. Okay, bye guys. I'm sorry that I stalled. Okay, bye. Love you guys.